Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rob, and today I'm going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at my office, my setup, and my set here, how I make my videos. I'm going to show you what camera I use, what mic I use, how I've laid things out here. I'm actually filming on two cameras, this one and my iPhone over there, and I will show you my desk setup. That's where I do my editing, and also it's also where I do my live streaming as well, and I'll show you how that works. And at the end of the video, I'll also take a sneak peek inside the closets. One of them is kind of cool. I made a video on it earlier, or several months ago, and I'll link to that down below, but I'll show you that real quick. But yeah, so my name is Rob. I make videos on helping you get better with YouTube, helping you start with YouTube. Specifically, if you're over 40 like I am, there's a lot of people my age and older who want to start on YouTube, think it might be a cool idea, but don't really feel like it's for them. Like they might think they're too old, or they may think, you may think you don't know enough about whatever it is you'd like to talk about, or maybe you can't even think of an idea of what to talk about. But you like the idea of YouTube and you just need a little bit of help getting started. That's what I'm trying to do with the latest videos I've been making, which really started with a video less than 2 weeks ago that I posted, and I'll put the thumbnail on the screen here, and I'll link to it down below. But it was why I believe people over 40 have to start a YouTube channel. And that video seemed to resonate with a lot of people. There's a ton of views on it, which is awesome. Thank you very much. And in fact, unless this video goes viral and finds you on its own, chances are you've already seen that video. And that may be why you're back and seeing another video of mine. That's kind of the way things work. So that resonated with a lot of people, so I'm going to kind of continue that, rolling that ball down the hill, so to speak, and make content that you're asking me for. So that's one of the things that if you make videos on YouTube and you start having trouble running or having trouble thinking of ideas as to what to make next, maybe you've made one video or 5 or 10 or whatever, and you feel like now you don't know what to make, a really good idea is to listen to your audience. So look at the comments. Make sure you respond to any comments that come in on your video, but write things down that may be requests from the people who watched your video, and maybe that might generate an idea. Your audience will tell you what they want from you, and if they're asking for things, and then you respond and say, "Sure, I'll make a video about that." Then they're more apt to stick around, subscribe, and wait for you to make that other video. So that's a really good idea. And that's why it's not super important that you really nail down your niche right off the bat. You don't necessarily have to define that at the beginning. You may not know what you want to talk about. You may have an idea. You may have several things you like to talk about or you're good at. But maybe you're wondering, well, which one will help me grow faster? And you may not know. So I would suggest the best thing to do is maybe start making videos about everything you're interested in, and then eventually something will resonate with more people than the others, and you'll start getting comments and subscriptions and lots of views, and then just kind of go where your audience is pointing you. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. So a lot of people asked for behind the scenes. They wanted to see how I do things here, want to know what I record with and whatnot. So I'm going to show you that in this video. So what I'll do is I'll grab my iPhone and let's go take a look. So I'll just take this. I had this on a tripod. I'll take it off now. So here we go. So there's my set. I see Peanut's taking up her spot now. It's just an old leather chair pushed right back into the corner. And I was very intentional. So both of those pieces of art on the wall are not visible in my sets, only the bottom one. I think the set comes up to about here, okay, based on where I have the camera. And I've got, you can see some of that chart and the life is good sign. So all of that I made sure I wanted that in the set. You don't see that black curtain in my set at all. And that, again, is by design. You can kind of see by looking at the camera. I can see that because this camera has a flip-out screen, so I can see right there what is in frame. Okay, so it's good to test that before you actually get going. The other thing I wanted to point out is from when I'm sitting here, this is what I see. So I've got my notes here, and I always tape them to my tripod. So they're right there for me to look at. There's the tripod that the iPhone was on. That's the same one I used out in the boat a couple days ago. If you saw my last video, that I filmed that from a boat. And there's the microphone. Okay, it's just out of frame, so it's actually very close to me here from where I usually have. So it's around, I'm going to say the mic is typically about 8 inches away from my mouth, but you can't see it in the frame because I make sure it's out of the frame. So it is on, so that's the Synco Mic D2 shotgun microphone, and it's connected with an XLR cable, okay, that cable right there. And I've got it wound around this boom arm, okay, and then it goes all the way down, and then I have it plugged into my audio interface right there. Okay, and that is then plugged into my computer, and then that is where I'm recording the audio. So that mic is not plugged into my camera at all. It's plugged into my computer, and I'm recording the audio on the computer. So that way, the audio is already on my computer when I'm finished, right? And then I can just process the audio. I do a couple things, like I modify the equalizer to make the audio sound better. I do some compression and things like that. And if anybody's interested in knowing exactly what I do and how I do it, let me know, and maybe I'll make another video, or I'll make a future video on that if you want me to. So yeah, so the next is the camera. This is the Sony ZV-E10 mirrorless camera. It's called a crop sensor camera. And I have the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens on it. Again, I'll put links in the description. I love that lens because it's what gives me a blurry background. So there's two ways to get your background blurry. One is to pull whatever's in focus. So me, if I'm sitting in the chair, if I'm pulled well out from the wall, then the wall would be a little bit blurrier, right? But since I have this chair shoved right back in the corner because I don't have a lot of room here, the only other way to get a blurrier background is to use a wide angle lens. And that's what this is. F1.4, the lower the F number, the wider the lens, and the blurrier the background. So that's about all I know about photography and lenses. I'm not an expert in that kind of stuff, but I know that much. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos over the last 3.5 years. A lot of people use that lens, especially if you're in a smaller room, smaller office. Yeah, I guess I could be talking to this camera, especially if you're in a smaller office and you want that blurrier background. Okay, makes it look a little bit more professional. So that's the mic and the camera. The next thing are the lights. So up here, I've got my key light, and that is, it says Neewer there. That's the softbox. It's by Neewer, I think is how you say it. But the light itself is the Amaran 60D, okay, by Aperture. And you can see the cord there. It's going up. It's plugged into the wall somewhere. And on that, I have that 35-inch softbox, and then I have the softbox grid. That helps soften the light a little bit. For those of you who liked the softness of the picture in my videos, that's a big reason for that. Okay. And the other thing is I have another light over here. That's just, call that a fill light for the other side, so that the other side of my face is not super dark. Okay. And I've got that on a boom arm that's attached to the wall. And actually that Amaran light is also on a boom arm attached to the wall. And when I do my live streaming, I usually move that light back over there onto that boom arm, and it's back in that corner, but I may just use that light there now for the live streams. So that is the setup. Again, you can see it all here. The other thing I would show you is that I have duct tape on the floor. And the reason I did that is I want to put I want to remember where the tripod goes and not have to basically reinvent the wheel every time. So I put little bits of duct tape there, and there. It's not exactly on the right spot, but it seems to be working. And then I know exactly where to put that camera. And that tripod I leave set up just like that for these shots. This tripod over here is the one I take with me if I go outside and need to use a different tripod. Okay, so that is the setup for my main videos. Okay, the next thing to show you is my desk. Now, this is where I do my video editing. I've got a little bit of cat TV on for Peanut right now. We can turn that off. But anyways, I've got, so the reason I have so many monitors, and you don't need, let me stress, you do not need this many monitors for just making YouTube videos. Really all you need is a mic, a camera, and a way to record them. This camera I'm recording onto an SD card. Okay, oh, and the other thing I wanted to mention is this little wire coming from the bottom here. I don't have a battery in this camera. That's a dummy battery, and that's just plugged into the wall, so I never have to worry about the battery running out. Okay, but literally that's all you need. A camera, which could also be your phone, right? This picture here is from my phone. Now I might be a little washed out because I've got a light behind me. Yeah, camera, microphone, lights. Okay, that's pretty much all you need. All this other stuff, and you don't need any additional monitors. But the reason I have these is for live streaming. Okay, so I would take my microphone, that microphone right here, I would take this off here, unplug this, right? And then I would unplug this one and plug that one in to my audio interface, and that one comes up here. That's this one here. I'd plug the microphone into that, and I'd set it up here, and now it's all set for me to live stream from that camera. I also take this lens, because I love that lens, and I would put it on that camera. The same lens fits both cameras. This one here is the Sony A6400. If you can see that there, it's very dusty. And that is basically the older version of the ZVE10. Okay, and I do my live streaming here. I run my live streaming software on the Mac. The Mac, that's my computer, that runs everything else here. I do my main video editing on that big 32-inch monitor. This one is the screen I typically share when I'm live streaming. And on the side here is where I have my Finder windows open, or File Manager if you're a Windows user. I have those open so I could drag files into my editing software and back. Okay, so that's how that is all set up. The rest of the office, this room is 9 feet, I think it's only 9 feet wide by around 12 feet. 12 feet this way. So it's not a huge room, it's a bedroom. And one other thing too, if you look up in the ceiling, that light, that's the main light, I've got that off all the time. I only use these lights, right? So I can control the color of the lights, and I can control what is lit up and what's not. And yeah, I've got a couple of basically curtain rods hanging from the ceiling, so I can put other lights up there if I want. Yeah, that's what that's for. I got the ladder there because I need that to take that light off and then move it over here, right? And also sometimes to move that one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's Peanut's house. So now the closets, this one here is pretty boring. It's just my storage. Just a printer, filing cabinets. That's pretty much it. Oh, you can see that's it. You can see the blue light around the corner. It's 2 sets of closet doors, but it's really one large closet. And then what I have over here, and what's in here, I've actually made a video about. That's my gear storage charging closet. So I've got all my batteries on the wall. Yeah, I've got another light up here. Those are my Sony camera batteries. I can charge them. Well, the batteries are actually down here because they're charged. But those are the charging blocks where I can charge them. The light batteries are here. Some rechargeable batteries. The drone batteries, drone remote, little gimbal there for a cell phone. And yeah, everything in my blocks, there are the battery packs there that are charging. And that's it. Yeah, great book here. 2 great books. You guys are interested. Yeah, so that's the gear closet. If you want to see how I made this, I have a video about it. I made that video probably 6 or 8 months ago. I think February. And then, so yeah, you can check that out. I'll leave a link to that video down below. And then down here is just a Husky workbench. I've got all my stuff in here, just junk. Second drawer is more stuff, cables, or power cords. I think the third, yeah, this is mostly HDMI cords and other things like that. And that is the gear storage closet. And that's that. So let me stop this. That's the tour. So this is where I make the majority of my videos in this office. In this set, you're going to see a lot more videos from this spot right here. When I do a tutorial type video, I will be sitting at my desk. And then if I do outdoor videos, then I go outside. But I'll typically take my phone and record outdoor videos with the phone. These cameras, I like them to stay set up indoors because, again, there's a lot to these cameras, and they'll do a lot more than I know. How do I put this? I'm not an expert in these cameras at all. I only know enough to get them working the way I need them to. So I've set up autofocus the way I want it. The auto white balance, everything is set to auto. I don't do any additional color correction or anything like that. I like to keep things super simple. That's kind of the whole point, again, of this channel. I want to help you guys make your YouTube videos and grow your channels as simply as possible and keep things easy and not overcomplicate things. There's a lot, as you know, a lot of videos out there that'll help you with YouTube, camera videos, editing videos, lighting videos, all the stuff. But it can be daunting. There's a lot of stuff and it can be overwhelming. That's what happened to me. Again, for many years, I was researching and trying to get good at all this stuff. And instead what was happening was I kept putting off making my videos, and the result is it just wasted time, right? I could have been making videos way sooner than I was. Yeah, so with any luck, you can learn from my mistakes, and I'm going to help you with that, with these videos. And yeah, hopefully that helps. So that said, this is pretty much the end of the video. Let me say, though, that also on Tuesdays, I do live streams, like I mentioned earlier. I do that every Tuesday, where you can come and join the live stream. You don't have to be a channel member or anything like that. You can stop in and you can ask questions, ask me anything you want. Depending on how many people are in the live stream, I may or may not be able to get to all the questions, but so far I have been able to. But as things grow, which hopefully they do continue to grow, that's a good thing, right? I may not be able to answer everybody, or I may have to shorten my answers. Lately, my answers have been kind of long. So, yeah, so I'll be live streaming for, well, the last couple of weeks has been over 3 hours. So at least 2 hours, anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. I'll be here, and feel free to drop in for a portion of that or all of it if you want. And I'll answer any questions you have. So I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions about anything I showed you here, if you want me to expand on anything, or if you'd like me to make a future video that dives in more deeply into anything here that I showed you here, let me know in the comments below, and we'll take it from there. Again, that's the best way to get ideas for your next videos, is to listen to your audience. ask them questions. So I'm asking you questions, and yeah, go from there. The channel, your channel, should grow based on what your viewers want. Okay, so that's why you can't, it's so hard to just say, I want this channel to be about this, and just stay laser focused and go that direction the whole time. I mean, you can do that, but I think it's better to just have your channel be a little more fluid and go wherever your audience asks you to go. If you want it to go that way, like maybe you'll be asked questions and you have no idea about the answers, well then maybe you don't want to go that direction. But anyways, you get the point. Listen to your audience, and they'll give you some great ideas. So with that said, thanks for stopping in today and watching my video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Test, test, test. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rob the Maritimer, and I am... Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rob, and I... Today's video, today I want to make a video on... fuck's sake. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys, welcome. And basically telling you that it's... oh, Jesus Christ. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rob, and I'm going to give you a tour of my office today. I want to show you how I do my... No. And I'll just hit video to record. Now I'm recording again. There's Peanut playing with the cat TV.